we discussed yesterday?
No, tomorrow. I came late from work.
No problem, no issue. Just try one time so that it will make you more clear on that one, so that just one time that more than enough. So just make sure such that yes, it is the scenario is working as per the standard SAP standard.
Yeah.
Okay, we will take it up today, the material availability. Before that, let me go to the system. In the capacity requirement planning, Chandra, these are the capacity data, different time units, work central data. These are all we have seen there in the work centers, and then the other capacity categories, capacity planner. All these things are repetitive terms as such. Chandra?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm going for directly the availability check. How the availability check will happen? Capacities all we have been almost the same similar one. Of course, if anything is there, I'll rush through afterwards. I want to take it up the availability check today. How the availability check happens in the system.
Okay.
Just a minute. For that one, just let me create one material, and for that I'll create two raw materials, 701. Here, let us take it as AVL finish. Mechanical engineering, and it is a finished product. I'll copy it from existing one of the materials. Select it. Basic data 1, basic data 2, sales order 2, sales order MRP 1, 2, 3, 4, accounting 1, accounting 2, costing 1, costing 2. Go ahead. Let me change the descriptions, that's it. AVL pin. Okay. Additional data. This also AVL pin. Main data. Sales order text. And in German also let me maintain the same sales order text. Go to the main data. Then MRP1, MRP1 of course PD, EX, everything is there. MRP2, MRP3 availability check is maintained. MRP4, okay. And work scheduling, accounting 1, accounting 2, costing 1, costing 2. So material has been created with AVL pin. This is our for checking of the availability, and I am creating one finished product, and on that I will create two raw materials quickly. So that whenever there is a finished product, there is a production order, how this availability check has to take place. Let me check it out. Okay, available pin has been created. Now let me quickly create two raw materials. That is equal to AVL R1, and it is a raw material. And let me copy it from one of the raw materials. basic data 1, basic data 2, purchasing, purchasing data text, MRP 1, 2, 3, 4, accounting 1, accounting 2, just all are okay. And I'll change the AVL R1. Additional data, I'll change it to same AVL R1. Main data, so center, basic data 1, basic data 2, purchasing, purchasing, purchase data text. In the purchase order text also maintain the okay. Then go to main data, go to additional data, press enter. MRP 1, MRP 2, MRP 3, MRP 4, accounting 1, accounting 2, costing 1, costing 2. And similarly, let me create one more material, AVL R2. Go ahead with purchasing, purchase order text MRP 1, 2, 3, 4, costing 1, costing 2, and then copy the same thing. And these are the two raw materials. Whenever there is a finished product, I need these two raw materials, one each. Go ahead, enter, 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 purchasing, purchase order text. Enter, MRP 1, MRP 2, MRP 3. Make sure such that availability checking group is maintained for that particular material master camera. That is a mandatory.
Okay.
In the MRP 3, the material availability check, that is a checking group of 01 or whatever, the checking group has to be maintained. That is a mandatory. So these two raw materials are being created. Now I am going to quickly create a BOM for this finished product AVL fill. The plant 1000, the BOM use is 1, center. AVL R1 1 piece, AVL R2 1 piece. So far is it clear to you, Chandra?
Yeah.
Simply we created the material master and we created one BOM. Let me create one routing for this one so that there should not be any master data issues for this particular material master. CA01 AVL pin, enter. And I want to create a BOM for a production, routing for production. Okay, operations. I'm using the existing work center as such. And they say it is asking for time lines. Okay, for this, the component allocation might have been picked up from automatically from the BOM. Yeah, these are the two raw materials required. Right, Chandra?
Yeah.
And as far as the operation is concerned, I'm taking only one operation, that is an assembly operation. If I assemble these two parts, then I will get a finished product. That one, that is what the scenario that I'm taking it up. So routing has been saved with the group counter so and so for the material so and so. Fine. Let me save this routing somewhere. And let me create quickly the production version. It is a combination of BOM and routing. Right, Chandra?
Yeah.
Where I can see the production version, I can go directly to MRP4. Go ahead. Production version. Here, just maintain one version. From today's date to so-and-so date. Details. Here, you can assign the routing which we have been created just now. This is the routing. And the BOM required for this one is we have only one BOM. Let us assign this BOM. Then check for consistency. Oh, 1 second. Inconsistencies. Lot size 1. Yeah, now it's okay, right, Chandra?
Yeah.
So basically, you have to get the green signal. Green signal in the sense it will check valid bump, valid routing, and valid lot size and valid period. Basically, these are the four parameters it will check it up.
Yeah.
If it is everything is okay, then it will give the green signal. Otherwise, it will show an error such that there are some errors with the production version is concerned. Okay, our master data is ready quickly, right?
Yeah.
Now let me check the MD04 of this particular material. As of now, there is no stock, neither for raw materials nor for finished product. Right, Chandra?
Yeah.
I am creating some independent requirement for this particular material because I want to see I want to convert the planned order to the production order, and then I want to see the availability. Say 10,000, 2,000, 3,000, something. I had given some figures. Is that right, Chandra?
Yeah.
You can check these independent requirements in the case of MD04. Yes, there are independent requirements. Now, can I run the MRP for this particular material, Chandra? So that where I will get the independent requirements will get converted into the planned orders, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 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 Now, the system might have generated the planned orders, right, Chandra?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me convert this planned order to production order. When I am converting the planned order to the production order, system has to check the material availability, right, Chandra?
Yes,
Material
sir.
availability in the sense raw material of R1 and raw material of R2 has to be checked, right, Chandra?
Yeah.
Let us convert to this. So far, we didn't posted any stock, and simply we are converting the planned order to the production order. Order has missing parts log. Check the see the log.
Mm-hmm.
Missing parts log is there, right, Chandra?
Yeah.
Missing parts list. What is the missing parts list? What it is saying? AVL R1 in the plant 1000, there is a required quantity of 1000 pieces is there, confirmed quantity is equal to 0, available quantity is also equal to 0, that is why there is a missing parts list is recorded for the part AVL R1 and AVL R2, the same scenario. Is that right, Chandra?
Yeah.
So theoretically system is checking, practically system is checking whether the materials are available or not. Now I want to post the stock only for one material and see that. Is that okay, Chandra? I hope you are following me.
No, I am clear. Yeah.
That's good. In MD1C, intentionally I am putting the stock only for one material.
Yeah. Still it will give.
AVL R1. Say I want to put the stock of say 1,500. And storage location 005. Save. Sorry. Okay, now see that splash and MD04. Sorry, we want to check it up for AVL in one. Okay, now let us again convert or just I'll run one MRP just to refresh the stocks that are being posted.
Yeah.
Now I am going for once again for MRP and MD04 planned order to the production order. Now it has to say there is only one missing parts list, right, Chandra?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. That's correct.
So as system is checking it up, the availability check, right, Chandra?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's go to the configuration part of it. How the system is checking it up, from where the system, what are the relevant parameters in order to check the availability check, that is not our concern, right?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Go to shop floor control, operations, availability check. Here these are the parameters: checking group, checking rule, checking scope of check, and checking control. Checking control is nothing but, first of all, availability check. checking control is at which point of a time I want to check the availability, whether during the order creation or order release. This is nothing but your checking control, Chandra. There are two options available. Either you can check the availability either during the order creation or order release. If it is during the order creation, generally it is 1, and during the order release it is generally 2. How the system knows whether to check? Yeah, Chandra, you are saying something.
Real life, which one people use? Order creation, right?
This is must, Chandra. 2 is must, but 1 depending upon the situations you may activate or you may not activate. Generally during the order creation, even there is a shortage of the material, don't mind, accept the order, but while you are releasing the order, make sure so that the materials are available.
Yeah, okay.
I hope you are getting my point, what I mean to say.
Yeah.
When I am receiving the order, don't worry about these materials at this point of time. Anyhow, we will procure it and arrange it. But while during the releasing the order, that means I am issuing this particular production order to the shop floor, make sure such that all the materials are available, right?
That's correct.
So if, of course, if both are there, no issue, but at least maintain this during the order release. So that is nothing but your checking control. This is the first point of check, where to be checked. Okay. Where to be checked, how we are controlling? We are controlling to the checking control, which is known as whether during the order creation or during the order release. That's what I explained to you, right, Chandra?
Yeah.
1 second. Okay, in the plant 1000, generally for each plant, for each of the order types, there are 2 types of checkings. Either it can be order cut. Our order type is equal to PP01, Chandra. So for PP01, there are 2 checkings are there. One is for during the order release, and the other is for 1 and 2. Right, Chandra? Are you able to see the highlighted this one?
Yeah. Yeah.
In the plant 1000, for the order PP01, there are 2 settings available. One is for with checking business criteria during the order creation, during the order release. If I go to this order creation, these are the settings available. If I go to the order release, these are the settings available. You see this.
Yeah.
No check. If I activate it, it won't check it up, Chandra. If no check has been deactivated, means please check. That's what the meaning of this one. During the checking availability during the order release, right?
Yeah.
Check the material availability during the order release. Okay. Of course, check the availability of material, check the availability of the PRT, check the availability of the capacity. You have the option to select all 3, either of 1 or none of. Able to follow me?
Yeah.
You can check either, you can check the material availability, PRT availability, and the capacity availability, or you can check any of these, or even you can bypass all the things even too. It is the choice is yours. Depending upon the business scenario, you can configure the system. One thing is, this is during the order release. But preferably in the real-time scenario, as we just now discussed, at least check during the material order release, at least the material availability. Of course, PRT and the capacity may not be that much significant for material requirement planning, but material requirement planning, without raw material, without materials, you cannot check it up properly. That's what the thing is. Is that right?
Yeah.
Is it clear to you, Chandra?
Yeah.
Okay, that means we decided during the order creation, in our case we activated in both order creation stage as well as order release stage, right? Because no check is there, no check is not been activated either, even for 01 and for 02 also. That means I have to check the material availability during the order creation as well as during the order release, right, Chandra?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So we decided one point, we have to check the material availability. Okay, fine. Next, how to check? Where to check? Okay. What are all the parameters to consider to check is, that is nothing but your scope of check.
Yeah.
Scope of check, what it defines is, during the scope of check takes 2 parameters. The first point, is it clear to each other whether to be checked or not to be checked? That is decided by checking control, right?
Yeah.
Now, okay, I decided to want to check. If that is the case, what is the scope of my check? Scope of my check is nothing but what are all the parameters or what are all the stocks that I need to consider for my stock calculation. what are the stocks to be considered for calculating the for basically to calculate, okay, this is the requirement, but against that requirement, how much stocks that I have. Whether I have to consider the unrestricted stock, quality stock, all these things are defined by the scope of check. This scope of check needs two parameters. The parameters here it is, the scope of check is based upon checking group and checking rule. Checking group plus it also takes the combination of checking rule. In combination of checking group and checking rule, it will take 1 second. This scope of check will take the combination of checking group and checking rule. So, what is the checking group? Checking group is where we have been defined how the system knows which is the checking group and which is the checking rule. This is the combination. Checking group is nothing but our material master. In the material master, we are given the availability check, that is nothing but our checking group. Suppose I am going for AVL R1. For this particular material, I have been maintained the checking group in the material master. This availability checking, this 01 is nothing but our checking group, Chandra. This checking group, okay, give me a minute such that it needs a bit of explanation. This is our checking group, okay, fine. Okay, I picked up for which material I want to check it up. I want to check it up the material availability for this particular material. Then what is the checking group defined for this particular material? It is 01. Okay, fine. So I am picking it up the checking group from material master MRP 3. Right, Chandra? Which is the, I am getting a value of 01. Right? Is that right? Checking group, I am getting it, the checking group which, from where I am getting, for which material I want to check, so and so material. For that particular material master in MRP, what is the checking group? It is the 01. Okay, fine. Now, what is the checking control? How can you find it out the checking control? Checking rule is for which order, what is the checking rule that is defined here in the checking rule. These are the checking rule, this is the checking group. For this checking rule, how the system knows is define the checking control here in the case of the 01 for the plant 1000 for the order type PP01 because I created with the in the plant 1000 with the order type PP01 during the order release. What is the checking rule to be followed is defined here. PP is my checking rule. Able to follow me, Chandra?
Yeah.
From where it is picking it up? I am picking it up from checking control and the order type, which is maintained in the checking control for that particular order type. For the order type, in our case, it is PP01. So, for the order PP01, during the order release, I need to take a checking rule of PP. This is what the meaning of this one, Chandra.
Okay.
The answer for order type of PP01, I am getting an answer. Output of this answer is equal to, my answer is PP. This is my answer which I got it For the order, I am going into the order type of PP01. For the order type of PP01, during the order release, I need to take a rule, checking rule of PP. It is maintained here, right, Chandra?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I got PP, I got 01. From the material master, I got 01. From the order, I got PP, right? So there is a combination of 01 and PP finally. 01 is my checking group and PP is my checking rule. I got the checking rule through the order type and I got the checking group from the material master. So my checking rule is ready and the checking group is ready. Sorry, checking group is 01 and my checking rule is PP. So in combination of this checking rule and the checking group, system is going to take it up a scope of check. Why we are coming for this one? So for the scope of check, I need checking group and checking rule, right, Chandra?
Yeah.
How we got it, the checking group? Checking group, we got it from the material master, MRP3 and so on. So because for this material, I am checking the material availability. Okay, you got the checking group. Okay, for which rule, how to take up the rule? For which order you are checking? For the order type of PP01. At which stage you are checking? During the order release, I am checking it. Then what is the rule to be followed? It is PP. Where it is defined? It is defined in the configuration. During the order release, for the order type of PP01, in the plant 1000, you take the rule of PP.
Yeah.
Right, Chandra?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. You got the checking rule and the checking group. Now I am going for scope of the check. This scope of check needs a combination of checking group and checking rule. What is the combination of the checking group? My checking group is equal to 01. My checking rule is equal to PP. Is that right, Chandra?
Yeah.
Able to follow me now?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Okay, 01 PP is my combination. This is my checking group. This is my checking group. Then I need to find it out. What are all the parameters to check it up to scope of check, right?
Yeah.
With checking group 01, for the rule PP, you please consider these are the stocks. Consider the stocks inclusive of quality stock, inclusive of safety stock, inclusive of transfer stock. These are the stocks to be considered. These are the inward movements to be considered. These are all the things that you can define different settings depending upon the requirement. Is it clear to you now?
Yeah.
Basically, how that checking. So with this, it will give the different stocks available or something. Different stocks, different requirements, all these things it will take into stocks, requirements, everything that it is defined in the scope of check. This is giving the scope of check, right, Chandra?
Yeah.
Okay, outcome of your scope of check is equal to finally I have 1000 pieces available for this particular material in the stock. Right, Chandra?
Yeah.
So you got the stock is equal to 1000 pieces are available in the stock. Then what is against this 1000 pieces? What is my requirement? What is my requirement in the order? So requirement versus the stock, it can. This is stock. You got the from this exercise you got what is the stock available and already you know what is your requirement. Requirement minus stock is nothing but whether the shortage exists or not. Is that right, Chandra?
Yeah.
So system will do the requirement minus available stock is nothing but your whether do you have the shortage or if the shortage then what is the quantity.
Yeah.
Did I made it clear to you, Chandra?
Yeah.
So in order to find it out, of course you know the requirement, you have to find it out the stock. How the stock is calculating, what is my requirement, what is my stock. Okay, again requirement minus stock is nothing but is equal to is there any shortage. How I am getting the stock? Stock I am calculating with the scope of the check. How I am getting the scope of check? With the help of the checking group and the checking group. How I know what is the checking group to be followed? Because for this particular material you are checking the material availability. So for this particular material master in the MRP3 you have maintained the checking group, right, Chandra?
Yeah.
Okay, when you are checking this particular material availability, I am checking during the order release or order control. Let us example for order creation. During the order creation, that means 01. What is order type? PP01. for this order type, during the order creation, what is the rule to be followed? It is PP. So you got the checking rule, you got the checking group. A combination of 01 and PP will give you scope of check, which is I need the checking group and the checking rule or the combination, which is giving me the scope of check. And final, your scope of check will consist of scope of check. In the scope of check, what are all the parameters to be considered for calculating the stock is maintained here. Is that right, Chandra?
Yeah.
Did I make it clear to you somewhat?
Yeah.
So, system internally it will do all these things while calculating the availability check. If you didn't activate enough these parameters, you will not get that availability check parameter, Chandra. I mean the system will not able to calculate whether the materials are available or not. Is it clear?
Yeah.
So as soon as we maintain the stock for one material, the system is saying that okay, for one material there is a stock is there, but for the other material there is a missing part is there, right? Because we intentionally we posted stocks for one material, for other material we didn't posted the stock, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me post the stock for this, and then just we will convert this planned order to the production order. Then it will clear it up our logic of checking. So how this logic will works out is it works out on this basis, Chandra.
Yeah.
The logic for calculating of your material availability is the simple parameters. One is that first is checking group, which is created in the material master, and the checking rule, which is maintained in the configuration under the checking control for this particular order type. What is the rule to be followed? In this rule, it is also defined whether to be checked or not to be checked. If to be checked, then what is the rule to be followed? Okay, if I am taking this rule and this group, I will find the scope of check. With the help of the scope of check, okay, I got it finally. The stock available in this is equal to 1000 pieces. Okay, against 1000 pieces, what is my requirement? Requirement minus stock is equal to is there any shortage? Is it clear, Chandra?
Yeah.
That's good. And let me post. Okay, cancel. I'll post some more stocks for second material also. For R2 also let me post it to 1500 pieces into the storage location 005 press enter. Missing parts MRP controller. This is missing parts MRP controller, Chandra. There are MRP controllers are of two types. One is missing parts MRP controller and a normal MRP controller. Whenever there are missing parts got updated, stocks get updated, he will get an information through the mail, through the workflow and all.
Okay.
Okay, now for both the materials we have the stock, right, Chandra?
Yeah.
Now let us check it. Release is carried out, right? There is no material shortages or not, no more material shortages, right, Chandra?
Yeah.
Is it clear to you?
Mm-hmm.
Any questions regarding the material commitment is done? Of course, if you want, you can exclusively even check the material availability, check the material availability. All check the materials are available in this particular order.
Yeah. Yeah.
Clear?
Yeah.
The same logic holds good for any of the materials, for any of the orders, for any of these quantities as such. There is not a problem. Logic to be kept in mind is whether do we maintain the right checking group and right checking rule, and are we maintained during the order creation or order release, whether the material availability check box is activated. I mean to say no check is activated. If no check is activated means don't check it up. Is that okay?
Can you repeat one more time?
Here actually our change is available. What I meant to say is in the checking control, and for the 1000 plant, in the 1000 plant, during the order type of PP01, okay, order type PP01, during the order creation or order release, let us say order release event 2, order release is 2, then in this case, if no check is activated, system will not check. That's the meaning of this no check, Chandra.
Yeah.
I should not activate no check actually. You are getting my point now?
Yeah.
If I activate means the system is bypassing, don't check the material availability. That's what the meaning of that one.
Yeah.
So these are all the parameters. You are aware of the checking group, checking rule, scope of check, and the checking control. This is the logic behind this one is equal to like this, it will work.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah.
Fine. And next, coming to our configuration. Somewhere we are at production planning. Yes. We discussed about the demand management, all the parameters. Now, in the capacity requirement planning is basically all these capacities are nothing but your work center data and routing data is almost it repeats the same thing, Chandra. The standard values, motor matrix. This we studied into the routing, right? Routing and work center, right?
Yeah.
And here the setup matrix, control key, different setup parameters. All these things are it is there, Chandra. Nothing more specific. Let me go to rather than this, the plant parameters and MRP group parameters, which is much important. In the material requirement planning, plant parameters. This is very critical in the sense very important setting, Chandra. For any plant, you can maintain all the plant parameters. This is applicable for the total entire plant. There are roughly 20 parameters as such. You see, these are the 3 plus 3. 6, 6 plus 2, 8, and this side we have 12, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Right, Chandra?
Yeah.
There are total 20 settings are available for the plant. How different settings can be applicable for all the materials available in the plant, basically. Here, we need to of course, certain parameters we already might have been discussed. Okay, no problem. Number ranges. In number ranges in the sense for planned orders, reservations, purchase requisitions, MRP list. We are getting whenever we create a planned order, we will get some number, right, Chandra?
Yeah. You have to mention
how
that
number is coming in, from where it is picking it up, it is defined in the plant parameters. What is the number ranges to be followed for this particular planned order? It can be a reservation, it can be a planned order, it can be a purchase requisition, anything. For all these things, we are getting some numbers. Those numbers are defined in the configuration or the plant level, number ranges for different parameters. Checking rule for backlog order. Checking rule, checking group concept is the same thing, availability check, Chandra. This checking rule, if I want to maintain specific checking rule for the backlog orders, we can maintain this. Checking rule is equal to 0, 1. Checking rule, checking control, all these things are the same logic for availability check only.
Yeah.
Basically, this availability check you can maintain here at the plant level as a default one, reporting. Runtime statistics or group records, of course, it is not of much very only for the data. If you want to maintain the data for in the database or in the memory, that we can activate it, otherwise it's not necessary as well. MRP controllers, of course, MRP controllers, there are two types of MRP controllers. One is direct MRP controller and the other one is a missing parts MRP controller. MRP controller is generally a person who will take care of the MRP activities and will look into the results of the MRP as such and analyze it if anything is need to be done or not. That is nothing but the standard MRP controller which we will assign in the material master in which plant, in which mode, Chandra? MRP controller, where he comes when we are creating the material master?
MRP1.
Excellent. Excellent. Great. In MRP1, MRP type, MRP procedure, there is MRP controller is there, right, Chandra?
Yeah, yeah.
That MRP controller which we are defining it, which we are assigning it there is defined in the configuration at this point. At the plant level also you can define it. Of course, there is double setting is there. Either you can maintain one under the same. Either you can maintain there or you can maintain this MRP controller. Is that right?
Yeah.
Simply we are giving it to 01, 02, whomever is the defined there in the configuration. We can define it in the configuration here and you can assign it in the front end in the MRP1 in the MRP type procedures. Right, Chandra?
Yeah.
Clear. And what is meant by missing parts MRP controller is a specific person who will take care of the shortages basically. In the earlier when we have created the availability check, we got some missing parts list has been generated, right, Chandra?
Yeah.
That missing parts list, someone it has system, okay, missing parts list has been generated. but someone has to react for that missing parts, right?
Yeah.
That is nothing but this person who is known as missing parts controller. He will specifically focus for all the missing parts.
Okay.
How it comes to know, how he came to know is, it will be activated through the workflow such that whenever there is a missing parts list is reported, we saw some message on the down, right? Missing parts controller is initiated or some reported or something like that. That message in turn will trigger through the workflow so that he will get a mail for that particular so-and-so order, there is a shortage of material. Is it clear, Chandra?
Yeah.
Special procurement. What are the special procurements that we can have? One is, of course, procurement, standard procurement is one is in-house, external, both, no procurement, right, Chandra?
Yeah.
Here we have seen in the MRP2, the very first tab, procurement, where E, F, X, blank. In addition to that, we have a special procurement. Have you seen ever the special procurement where you can assign in the Metal Master, Chandra?
Special procurement purchasing, right?
In the MRP2 itself, purchasing also it is. Yes, you are right. In the special, yes, you are even purchasing also you can do that one. Or if it is a for a PP perspective, we can look for even MRP2. There is a special procurement. Of course, this will be more of related to the purchasing activities. Just we can assign it which special procurement if anything is there. There are certain standard special procurement types are there. One is the consignment, one is the basically stock transfer and external procurement and subcontracting. These are the different 10, 20, 30, 40. Generally, these are the normal common special procurement processes. If at all, if they deploy it, they will deploy it. This is for consignment, this is for subcontracting, this is for stock transfer.
Okay. Yeah.
Consignment is basically the material, vendor's material is in our premises and we are keep on consuming it, right, Chandra?
Yeah, customer's place.
Yeah, you are right. Basically, customers' assets or customers' material is available in our premises.
Yeah.
Only thing is we pay when we consume it.
That's correct.
At the same time, I am very much convenient to handle it because it is at my premises. I need not to go for purchase order or something like that. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What is meant by subcontracting? Subcontracting is I am sending the material to the outside for some sort of additional activity or for some additional value addition. It can be some process related or some parts attachment or something like that. Right, Chandra?
Yeah, like kitting, like send it together.
Yes.
They will add and pack and send it, right?
You are right. Basically, I don't have that process. I don't want to maintain that small process in my area. I'll send my material to that subcontractor. He will do that process and revert it back with some value addition to me, right?
Yeah.
That is nothing but your subcontracting, right, Chandra?
Yeah.
Fine. And the other part of it, of course, is external procurement. That is very simple. There is external procurement. You are directly creating a purchase order to the vendor, and vendor is supplying the material, right?
Yeah.
10, 20, 30, and what about the 40? 40 is nothing but the stock transfer. Stock transfer is of two types of Chandra. Stock transfer within the plant or stock transfer across the plant event, right? Within the plant is nothing but from one storage location to another storage location. Also, you can do some stock transfers.
Yeah.
If it is across the plant, that from one plant to another plant, you can stock transfer. Generally, the across plant is a common scenario. People will transfer the stocks from one plant to another plant, if at all, if it is essential.
Yeah.
Is that right, Chandra?
Yeah.
So these are the different special procurement processes. Of course, it will be more of depth towards the MM side, but be aware of it, where we can define it, where we can assign it.
Yeah.
Is it clear?
Yeah.
Coming to the floats, where we have seen floats, Chandra?
Floats,
This is the opening period scheduling.
Before production.
Yes, exactly. Float after production, float before production, opening. These all are merged into a key called as scheduling margin key, right?
Yeah.
One scheduling margin key consists of 4 fields. One is the opening period, float before production, float after production, release period, right?
Yeah.
These 4 parameters, 4 fields are clubbed into a single parameter called as scheduling margin key, which is defined where we will assign the scheduling margin key in the Metal Master.
In scheduling margin key is MRP1.
MRP2.
Two, right? Yeah.
MRP2 comes under scheduling and procurement. But still, yeah, it's really good, Chandra. You are able to recollect it and almost you are identifying it to the all fields, organized special procurement, MRP controller. Basically, the thing is just to have some idea again and again putting it on the nothing great as such for you. Of course, me not to remember it, but just to I'm stressing it again and again to have such that okay. Sure, basically MRP to MRP1, how those are linking and from where that data is coming it up. Scheduling margin key, when I created material master, I asked you to put 01 and then we'll see it later, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this of course just at that point of time I told this scheduling margin key consists of the 4 fields and the meaning of these 4 fields I explained to you what is the significance of these 4 fields. But where we define it is we define it at this level, Chandra.
Yeah.
At the plant level, you can define the floats. Once the floats is nothing but your scheduling margin key. That scheduling margin key you can assign it in the material master here. Right, Chandra?
Yeah.
So each and everything, whichever I told, so that okay, we'll see later, we'll come across, then all are coming one by one now.
Yeah.
If I go to the MRP1, planning time frames we came into the picture, planning cycle, of course, wait for MRP controller, we looked into reorder point, of course, just give me reorder point. After this, let me explain. Reorder point, I didn't show to you some scenario, right, Chandra? I explained the example of that 500 rupee note or ATM machine, but I didn't show you in the system, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, just we'll take it up, Chandra. I was just yesterday itself I might have been done that. Okay, anyway, it's not an issue. So floats are clear to you?
Yeah.
If I want to maintain one more float, yes, you can maintain it. Just copy the existing and then change the values or some key or something like. Basically, you are defining some days. Remember, Chandra, these are all in days.
Oh, in days.
10
Yeah, okay.
10 days.
So based on these combinations, we have to we can create, right? Yeah.
Yes. The system will take the start date and the end date based upon these parameters, even to Chandra.
Okay. Okay.
Some questions we are giving, how much question I have to take? This much of question I have to take. From where it is defined here. Where I have been assigned this definition, I have been assigned that definition in the material master. You please check this scheduling. The moment I say this scheduling margin key, similarly it will immediately refer this 001, right?
Yeah.
That means this 10215 are copied here. The meaning of that one is equal to here. This is that right, Chandra?
Yeah.
Now coming back. After that conversion, whenever I am converting the plant order to the production order, at the plant level there is a standard order type such that which order type I have to take it. It is a PP01. If it is a plant production order, it is a standard is PP01. And for a process order, it is PI01. How that is coming? It is maintained at the plant order level, at the plant level, Chandra. You see this, for example. We converted one plant order to the production order, right, Chandra? Now, what is the order type for this one? Order type for this one is equal to PP01. How the system knows it is a PP01? Because it is picking it up from the configuration that we have been maintained here. For the production order, it should be PP01, right, Chandra?
Okay. Got it. Yeah.
I hope you are able to linking one by one from where it is picking it up.
Yeah.
That's correct. If it is a discrete order or production order, it will take PP01. If it is a process order, it will take for PI01.
Yeah.
Plant order, I can convert it to any way, right? Plant order, I can convert it. There are chances, of course. At that point of a time, based upon the see, if it is a plant order, I can convert it to the process order or I can convert it to the production order depending upon the scenario, right, Chandra?
Yeah.
If it is a production order, take PP01. If it is a process order, take PI01. It is maintained here. That's what is the meaning of this one.
Yeah.
Okay, if I want to convert the plant order to the purchase requisition, how many number of plant orders at one stage I can take it up? These are the 500 number. If it takes 6, just we can increase the number also. That is about the conversion. Is it clear to you, Chandra? We are talking about one tab by one tab. And dependent requirement availability, whether it's basically availability checking rule, Chandra. PP is nothing but our checking the rule.
Yeah.
Availability check basically. This is PP checking rule. That checking rule, checking group, that combination, but it's basically some sort of a default setting that we are maintaining it here at the plant level for the dependent requirement. You please check this as a default setting. That's what the meaning of this one. Is that right?
Yeah.
Fine. BOM and routing selection. How we based upon the selection ID and the selection This selection ID where we will give, this selection ID we will give it in the material master once again. In the material master, in the MRP4, there is a selection parameter which is selection ID. This is the selection ID, Chandra.
Okay, okay.
This selection ID, how to take it by default is, it is taking it up the default setting of this one. BOM explosion. Explosion, you can make it as an explosion by date or by a start date or finish date or explosion, different dates if you want to maintain which BOM has the right explosion date or which source that you can maintain it artificially at the plant level.
I'm not clear.
Suppose I have a different BOMs, Chandra. For a single material, I have a different BOMs. Which is the right BOM to be taken it up? Whether it is based upon the order start date or order finish date, which is applicable for that one, that sort of a different combination you can maintain it here, Chandra.
Okay, okay.
If it is only one BOM, of course, no issue of that one. Parameters for detailed scheduling, of course, detailed scheduling parameters and all, of course, we look into the, once again into the order type level also, it's not an issue. Basically, when I am taking it as a for order so-and-so, in the plant so-and-so, what are the scheduling parameters? Scheduling parameters in the sense, whether I have to go for a backward scheduling or forward scheduling, current day scheduling, how much cushion I have to take it up, all these things are defined in the scheduling parameters. Remember, Chandra, we also discussed it somewhere about the reduction strategy or something like that. Whenever my timelines are exceeding, I want to reduce the time, then I'll go for reduction strategy in the configuration somewhere we looked into, right?
You were talking about parallel and also, right?
Yes, splitting and you are right. You are right,
Yeah.
basically. And I want to reduce the flow time, I want to reduce my cushions, all those things. All those things you can incorporate here as the reduction levels are flow, you can increase that reduction. Basically, you can define all these things to get the exact times of the scheduling, basically.
Okay.
Of course, external procurement, especially if at all, if any specific for this external procurement is concerned, whether the purchasing, processing time or sub-processing, something like that, if you want to maintain exclusively for special procurement, external procurement, you can maintain something here.
No.
Of course, it will be taken care of, external procurement part will be taken care of by our people as well. If it is rescheduling, that means whenever my timelines are not fitting into my line, then I can reschedule it considering some tolerances of the forward or backward displacement can take place either to move front or to move back. All these things it can define it in the rescheduling mark.
Okay.
Planning horizon. Remember, Chandra, planning within the planning, there are processing keys are there up to 3 types. I was just explaining NET, PL, NET, CH, NEU, PL. Regional planning, next planning. Yes.
For MRP, yeah.
Yeah, when you are running the MRP, one of the control parameters is the processing key. That processing key, in that there is one is planning within the planning, plan within the planning horizon. There is one option is there, right?
Yeah.
That planning horizon, generally it will take 100 days for, generally people will set as 100 days. Where we will define it, this is from current date, for how many days I have to look for the requirements to calculate my MRP is 100 days. This is defined in the configuration at the plant level. Don't get it confused with the planning horizon and the planning time frames, Chandra.
Oh, you're right, yeah.
Yesterday we discussed somewhere planning time frames, you remember?
Yeah.
Planning time frames is we have been defined in the material master in the MRP1. As soon as I said it is MPS, system is immediately asked me, tell me what is the planning time frames, right?
That's correct.
Planning time frames is to forming how many days I have to strict it, that fencing, how many days I have to take it up.
Yeah.
This planning horizon is, there are requirements, okay, requirements are started from today to even next year also, but do I need to plan everything, or do I need to plan from current date for how long I have to consider that requirements for planning is, this is for how that planning horizon, Chandra.
Yeah.
Clear to you?
Yeah.
Slight, sometimes at the beginning stage, because 1 or 2 times it will, slight confusion will be there, that is why still I am insisting you to don't get it correct.
Yeah.
When I learned, actually it was like black and white. I don't know what I learned.
Is that right?
Really, Chandra, you don't believe me. When I completed my certification, sometimes I was still unable to understand that whether I am in the front end ECC or I am in the configuration. Like the Siemens, even just they will pull the money, but they will follow their own pattern. They won't make clear anything. It is simply recorded, and people will, okay, I have to complete this session, means they will complete that session. They won't have the cushion even to talk about discussion, Chandra, really, believe me.
Is it 1 month or?
No, it is 5 weeks, Chandra. That is 25 days, and now it is costing around 3.25 lakhs, something like that.
So 8 to 5 or?
8 to 5. 8:30 to 4:30 or 5 o'clock, Chandra.
Okay. So rigorous training.
Sorry? Rigorous training, but the thing is, Chandra, actually, I am saying it to you, this is my personal experience I am sharing with you. Even though I completed my certification, I had a doubt of that where I am setting it, whether I am setting it at the ECC or whether it is coming from the SPRO. Really, it is within 25 days, we will be the first prize is so that I paid 3 lakhs.
Yeah.
And after that, I have to clear my certification exam, which is again 40,000.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, and of course, I completed my, I'm sorry, maybe I'm diverting from the subject.
No.
And when I took my certification, Chandra, I was working as a DJ manufacturing in the Chennai plant. I left, of course, I informed them I'm going for SAP, I want to change it to SAP. And simply I had given a mail, and then abruptly, of course, I will come back after 25 days I've informed them orally, but even then I was under the pressure whether the people, what will happen after my 25 days, whether my job will be. I was really under tremendous pressure, Chandra.
They can fire you also, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they can. Even, okay, you are interested in SAP, why you are coming once again for class?
Yeah.
It was all happened really, of course, God was there. He helped me a lot, Chandra.
But good thing is your manufacturing experience really helps.
Yeah, right, Chandra. Of course, we don't need that much of a solid experience. At minimum 4 years experience, we can. Of course, we will get a saturation in the manufacturing, Chandra. Of course, it is helping me a lot, as you rightly told. And at the same time, my MD was he is basically a very nice person, Chandra. I asked him, okay, if you are so concerned about the SAP, then okay, give me some time, I might have been arranged for you. You took a decision, and then within week time you changed it everything, and then you left the plant just like that. Are you thinking you are a simple operator or this one? You are the DJ manufacturing. If you are the DJ manufacturing, if you left like that, what about the company there? That he slashed me for 1 hour. After that, he asked me last question. Do you have the job now in SAP? No, I don't have. Then what your Siemens is doing? Siemens will look forward for job. Okay, do you want to continue this job? Yeah, I want to continue this. Okay, go ahead. That's it.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy, but of course, he knows me. What if I comes into the factory, I'll put my full heart and soul into the factory.
Yeah.
Sorry, I did.
So based on your track record, so otherwise.
Yeah, the only thing is whatever till the time I never ever wasted not even a single minute till the time in the factory. That is generally I used to work like that only. And he said, okay, you are we don't want to lose you, but if your final decision is SAP, okay, it is up to you. Of course, we don't want to stop you because you have good ambitions. That's what. Finally, I told her that after 3-4 months, then I told her that, okay, sir, I got to the SAP. I know, sir, that you will get it only. You will come to me only. Then, of course, he is in touch with me. He is a very nice person, Chandra, really. Of course, I like my manufacturing and I like all my people. They helped me a lot, and I did, of course, I too did my best, at least I can say this much. Of course, I didn't have something great. They paid for me, whatever I've been.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chandra.
But with this one, PPDS helps you, right?
Sorry, Chandra. Could you please come again?
Are you taking you are taking PPDS, right?
I want to go for all. PPDS is my immediate concern in my current project, Chandra.
Okay.
Of course, I know you too, but I was working for GE, Chandra, GE Lighting.
Oh, GE Lighting. Okay. They use everything.
Yes. But actually, they want to take it a PPDS into my PP detailed scheduling. They want to give it for PP. I don't have much. I didn't have been gone through the PPDS. That is why I'm taking the help of Danny to go for the classes.
Okay, how is that? Is it good or?
Just started, Chandra. I need to access for 1 or 2 classes, then only I can judge it. But so far, okay, this is too early to decide anything.
Okay. Because for your
Sorry,
level,
Chandra, I'm diverting you somewhere.
no, for your level, so yeah.
Now basically, just I want to complete that APO. Actually, I had a plan long ago, but again and again postponing. This time I want to complete that APO, Chandra, somehow. Of course, when I see you, really great. It motivates me really, Chandra. In my house there's such a senior person. He is taking, Mr. Chandra is taking the classes for all. Why can't you learn APO? In my house, my wife is.
Yeah.
I'll continue this discussion for tomorrow, Chandra. I have to catch up somewhere.
Yeah.
There are 2 more points are there. I'll continue in the same discussion for tomorrow, Chandra.
Tomorrow, 9:30.
Tomorrow, 9:30. Okay, no issues.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Bye. Good night.
Good night.
Chandra. Take care.
Good night.